2. We are live for the 20th episode of Burning Subjects. Oh my! No!
There you go.
Yep, there we go. All right, so this is the first video of 2020, and is also going to
2021, you idiot.
2021 because fuck. Anyway,
which is only going to be slightly better than 2020. And 2020, Mr. Crazy, 2020.
Yeah, this fucking sucks. Do not change our minds.
But anyway, though,
some idiot is goofing around with a big gun in Gmod again.
But anyway.
Also, Steven, I'm gonna send you a picture of my latest work of art in Gmod.
Welcome back to Burning Subjects, Mike.
Because this has to be kept private from him for a while. Like, I want him to be in shock of the full result.
So, in this episode of Burning Subjects, we're going to be talking about fake restorations. And what I mean by fake restorations are restorations that some people, tried making happen, but they didn't happen. Or those restorations were just straight up hoaxes for people to get attention. So yeah, we're going to be shitting on foamers who decided, if people can restore this engine, then I can too. Basically.
Yeah.
This is going to be a long episode.
Let's start up with the obvious one at the moment. Reading 2101.
Yeah.
Spontaneous combustion.
So, if you guys don't know, one of the Reading Ramblers, number 2101, has gotten a make a change page.
Like, there's this petition going on I believe currently there's this petition going on to try and persuade or convince the B&O Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland, which is where the 2101 is located, to try and get the locomotive refurbished to working order. Not gonna happen. Give up.
Seriously.
Besides, you already have 2 other T1 Northerns that are currently in the process
of restoration.
And they're fairly close to completion nonetheless.
So, why don't we just get one of those Reading T1s and cosplay them as,
to try and get perform a good cosmetic refurbishment on the 2101? Great. Like, yes, it looks terrible, and it could use a lick of paint and maybe a few minor cosmetic repairs. So, at least it looks like a presentable display piece again. But getting it running?
That's not happening.
Head when you were a baby.
But then again, Jim, you used to be in those people's shoes, to be fair.
Yes, that is true. But I have seen the light.
I've seen the light after, the 5629 bullshit. I used to blame Metra for scrapping that engine. And even then, I don't even really care about that locomotive. If I were to make an overrated steam engine stars, I would put 5632 and 5629 on there.
It was Jensen's fault.
I guess just because of the sole fact that it had a quote-unquote sad ending to its excursion career, but it was, I don't know. I guess that's the reason why that people want to restore that thing to operation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm live.
I can kind of see that, but even so, who knows what kind of mechanical damage that fire has done to the locomotive.
Well, for another interesting fake restoration, this is probably one of the most ridiculous ones I've seen. 2156. One sec. You guys talk about that, but I gotta be right back.
What?
Wait, somebody actually wants to restore 2156. Obviously, cracked frame, not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah,
A fat wad of cabbage.
yeah. You want the 2156 to be refurbished? At the very least, you need to start. You need to fucking raise a lot of goddamn money to, cast an entire new front frame for the front set of driving wheels. Wait, I said front there twice, but you need to cast a whole damn new frame for the front set of driving wheels. Right? I don't know if that crack on the engine is repairable. Yes, it's actually a relatively small crack, and it's located on the right-hand side of the frame, right between like the stairwell and the front cylinder. But it's like I don't think that's going to be very easy to fix. Like I don't know what kind of weld. I don't know what kind of welding technology you would need to really make it strong. Hell, George, one of our friends from the United Kingdom, once even suggested that you would have to take a rather extreme measure and literally cut part of the frame off and then completely replace it with a new section that's very cleverly and strongly welded on there. But again, it's all too much work.
Yeah.
And that's not even counting any potential mechanical problems that may be found on the rest of the locomotive. Like, is the hinge in the frame in order, so that even if everything was in order, like if everything was okay, would the front set of driving wheels move correctly when the engine goes through a curve in the track? Like, are the driving wheels quartered correctly and whatever? The list goes on. By the way, that quartering thing, apparently that's another issue on everybody's favorite Challenger 3985. Yes, apparently the driving wheels weren't quartered correctly or whatever. So, yeah. But, yeah, 2156, not going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless you really, really have a good plan and you know what the fuck you're doing.
But, yeah.
Between the two, 1218 has a higher chance of running.
And 1218 has
slightly.
Yeah. But then again,
because even that's going to be admittedly quite a big money pit.
Even then, 2156 has gained a little bit of fame, even if it hasn't operated in preservation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 2156 was taken out of the museum and was moved around for.
Yeah, in 2014 or 15 or whatever, they the current owners of the locomotive, which is the Museum of Transportation in St. Louis, Missouri, they signed a little contract to allow the Virginia Museum of Transportation in Roanoke, Virginia, to loan the 2156 for about 5 years.
Pancakes.
What?
That was then?
And he just joined to do that, and he left.
All right, let's get back to work.
Yeah. Anyway.
Shitposting 101. Besides, we are in the middle of shitposting. Low.
Pancake! Ah!
Oh, yes.
You had to remind me of what happened last week on Boning Subjects. I get pelted in the face by pancakes.
Pancake traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, I've already got PTSD from chin.
Oh, PTSD.
You're welcome.
Pancake traumatic stress disorder. Wow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, more pornography. Let's see. Other good fake candidates for refurbishment, like engines we'll never see turn a wheel under their own power again.
Well, either that or they've been.
I can already think of two particular ones. Let's just say that they're both the biggest ambassadors to Sir Nigel Gresley in the world.
Let me
they
guess.
both reside in Pomona, California.
What is that?
5021 and 9000.
Yep. Southern Pacific 5021 and Union Pacific 9000.
Yes, those
3
two.
steam cylinders, Grizzly's conjugated valve gear, which by American standards would be an extra tricky motherfucker to maintain correctly. And,
Americans don't like to maintain their shit,
Yeah.
and they're pretty tight with their money half the time.
Because
There are not a lot of
Also, as I'm trying to say, one of them has 10 coupled driving wheels. The other has 12 coupled driving wheels.
Oh, really?
They may have been fairly successful, but still, you would need plenty of wide curves to run them. Flat terrain, gentle, wide curves, where the engines can actually go around quite happily. You try putting those things on steep mountain grades with twisty curves, they would either derail or they would rip the track apart.
It's not like those engines are going to operate anymore. Much less at the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad or something like that.
Well, also, it's California. I think 9000 at least is definitely preserved as a coal-fired engine, so you'd have to convert it to burn oil. So one more extra chore and an extra money pit.
I mean, the funny thing is, it has the same amount of drivers as the 1218.
Yeah,
So
but
take
the
that
problem
into
is
consideration.
rigid frame with only 3 cylinders.
Yeah.
But where's the third one? It's underneath the boiler. Don't you know shit, you little noobs out there?
Look,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you know that Mallard has 3 cylinders? Huh? Did you know that?
Yeah, some people can actually be, quite legendarily stupid. It
Especially,
actually reminds me of some guy on Facebook called David Reyes.
it actually reminds me of something Engineer 2.0 said yesterday.
My PPS 3 cylinder.
What?
What?
Dad, stop being a
Stop!
Stop right now. We're doing the shit post thing.
He's putting stuff into the live chat. Oh my god. He's got emojis of just people with sunglasses, and then he's just done this. And then more emojis. But either way,
Or something.
one thing that I thought was really dumb. Engineer 2.0 said something to me yesterday that made me cringe until I thought my skin from the back of my head was going to tear open. Do you know what he said? Do you want to try guessing?
You go ahead.
He said that 1E2 was preserved.
And where was this E2 that was preserved?
He said, I asked him where was it, and he said, oh no, it got scrapped 2 minutes ago.
Dad, you finally joined for real.
Did you hear that though?
No, I don't exist. What are you guys talking about?
So,
Engineer 2.0 believed that one of the Albion SCR E2s, aka some of the worst tank engines ever made by mankind, has been preserved.
yeah, and the worst part is when I asked him where it is, when I asked him where it was, he quote unquote looked for it, and then he said, oh, it was scrapped 2 minutes ago.
Why does he like the E2s? Why?
What kind of dumbass is he?
Yeah, Thomas should have ended a long time ago.
2 minutes.
Franchise dry.
You think after like 5 years of
They started milking the franchise after the CGI ended.
By the way, Dan,
Now with this reboot thing, they're just going through a downward spiral.
They're
milking
desperate
it.
to keep the show going.
They're just milking it.
by the way, Dad, you do know today's subject, right?
Yeah.
Fake locomotive refurbishments.
So basically, locomotives.
From the ones we've already covered, I need to be caught up.
NNW 2156, Reading 2101, UP 9000, SP 5021. Speaking of number 5021, there's a Santa Fe, Texas type with that same engine number.
50.
Also not unlikely to run.
Yeah, but
Not
look,
likely.
I mean,
Not likely or unlikely.
not likely to run.
Well, for one thing, nobody wants to run. Nobody wants to restore a Texas type operation. In fact, the only Texas type that is operated in the preservation era is TNP 610, the unsung hero of the Freedom Train.
Yeah.
If I could, I guess if I was somehow able to build my own engine, I guess I could, make a Texas type tank engine based on the Class 44s.
What?
I know a fake.
Well, what would the classification for this 44 tank engine be? Would it just be a 44?
I don't know, but I guess I would give it some generic American road number.
How about you make it a 440 class?
And
I guess.
I know a good fake restoration. I know a good fake one.
Oh no.
Canadian Pacific 5361. Lol.
Oh, I know one.
No. Let me explain. Nickel Plate Road 629.
Oh, that one.
You mean 639, don't you?
Oh yeah, yes, 639. Thank you.
Nickel
I don't
plate.
really give a fuck about that locomotive.
The 639.
Someone made a fucking website saying they created a non-profit society on restoring that Mikado.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, 639.
Yeah, the one that swapped tenders.
Kind of looks like a mini version of Event Swergenberg.
The funny
It
thing is
basically
that
does. I think it has a Mars light complete.
Like, the thing that kind of gets me is
here's something funny though.
the
That's
left-hand walkway, but
wait.
holy crap, I think that by the looks of things, the walkways are asymmetric.
But here's something funny though. The locomotive in revenue service actually swapped tenders with 587.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that an interesting thing?
Yeah.
And yet they want to restore
What
it.
was the reason?
The reason was because the tender for 587 was in better condition and 587 was retired and 639 was still in service. And so they traded the tenders to use.
So 639 got a better quality tender to finish its revenue career.
Yeah.
Basically.
But joke's on them. 587 got a bigger tender.
Restore 587. They should briefly in the. As I was saying, they should probably run 587 if they once it's back up and running. They should briefly run it as that 5541 engine from that. What was that railway that it was built for?
I don't know.
Something in
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see. Oh, there's the Wikipedia page. Let's see.
How about while you guys are
Lake
looking?
Erie and Western.
All right, Lake Erie and Western 5541. That's what it was built as.
Well, before that, let's take a look at what's happening in the chat. Sirens and Trains of New York says, engineers crap. Bruh, engineers so dumb. 2 minutes.
Oh, wait, that's in Gmod, isn't it?
He just is one. I want to
Like,
I want to crush his balls and call him Biggie Cheese.
like, I don't see anything in the YouTube live chat. Is this on Gmod or whatever?
No, I'm looking. It's on YouTube.
I don't see anything. Just messages from Dan and one message from me.
Now. Oh, we got 5 people on. That's interesting. But another fake restoration, which
Check the live chat.
look. Oh boy. What's it gonna be this time?
B450 revving my wife tonight.
Oh yeah, so today our sponsors are MSC Colgate B450. Check them out. Promo code revving my wife tonight. Today we're reviewing the Ken vehicle that has one.
Addicts.
But anyway, welcome back to Welcome back to. Actually,
Burning subjects might
Well, actually, what if there was an opposite of burning subjects like Top Gear and Bottom Gear? What would burning subjects be?
Middle Gear.
What subject?
Welcome back to Wet Subjects.
Just like how it's made now has how it isn't made.
Today on
Or The Walking Dead has The Walking Alive. Breaking Bad has Breaking Good.
Or
Nurse.
Or SpongeBob Circle Pants. How about that? SpongeBob Circle Pants.
Oh no! I remember there was an episode of SpongeBob where he became a circle.
Except he's not square either. He's not square. He's in the shape of a ball. I think remember the episode Suds where they plugged up all the
SpongeBob Sphere Pants. SpongeBob
SquarePants. Okay, now let's see another fake restoration.
Another fake restoration that I
Oh
can.
wait, did I also? Yeah, I already mentioned Southern Pacific 4460 earlier.
Yeah, we did. But what's another one that I knew? I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but what am I thinking?
Here's a good one: Frisco 1522, overrated mountain piece of shit.
Yes, because
that's that engine.
there was a fake.
22 is great. What you talking about?
Can I talk about I can mention the pedophile again, but the pedophile, when basically we asked him at one point what locomotive he would like to restore to operation if he could, and he said 1522.
1520.
With that friggin' Tommy Pickles fan.
Yes.
I'm sorry that I had to mention his name. God damn it.
I thought he wanted the general to run.
I don't know why he likes. Why does he like the general so much?
Probably because it's old, like him. That's some dark humor right
Oh
there.
no! No!
Like a pedo, I guess. Also, Jim, what do you think of that shitty 4428 edit that I did to make it look like it's in real life? I did make the stack just a little bit taller.
It's okay, but I would have made the buffer beam a bit narrower, and I would have used a different font for the number.
But yeah, if I ever make a model of the 4428, I might use a smoke box similar to that one because of the City of Truro thing. You know.
Well, here's
I'm myself.
Quite super German. Like, if you want to go like proper German, I think that the best thing to have would be like 2 smaller grab irons, one on either side of that dart, as opposed to a big handrail above it. Whatever.
Well, here's a interesting
More fake refurbishments.
Yes, here's an interesting fake refurbishment. So there was a couple of people thinking about quote unquote note heavy quotes restoring probably gonna yell, but 4002.
4002.
The big boy. The big boy.
Black big boy.
4002.
4002. A big boy that was broken up for scrap in the early 1960s.
Wait, am I thinking of the right one?
You have 7 other big boys, and you have one operating. Why do you need to restore another one? And honestly, it would just be really hard. But I mean,
Wait, Andrew.
I think I had the number mixed up.
The person in question called Daniel Walton.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot.
Well, no wonder.
Fuck
He
him.
suggested building a new Big Emma numbered 1993.
Even though 1992 never existed, though.
He's the one. If I were.
He also truly believes that CNO number 2701, which I believe was the final canoe to be cut up for scrap, or at least one that was scrapped early on in preservation, sadly, he believes that somehow the 2701 was preserved and escaped from the scrapyard in 1999.
1999. Wow. Oh,
Dumb
my God.
asses. Damn it.
Let us forever remember the fact that Daniel Walton is dumb and delusional.
Yeah.
You just shoot the guy, or at least, Oh wait, of course you can't say that you. That you
Oh
can't really say
no.
that. At least you just want to hit the guy in the face with your fist.
Oh, I don't want to hit him in the face with a
Punch
fist.
to the side of the head.
Oh, I don't want to hit him in the face with my fist. Look. So one of 769's headlights are off right now.
Oh, you're gonna yeet that at his idiotic mug.
Oh, once I do, I'm going to permanently glue the inside of the headlight onto his head, so he has to live with that for the rest of his miserable life.
Also, at one point, he suggested refurbishing 3985.
Of course he did.
Of course.
But in true stupidity fashion, he suggested, giving it just a quick fix-up of about a few months, just in time for the grand 76th anniversary of the Clinchfield Santa Claus train.
Why?
Even though the year prior, you had the slightly more easily celebratable 75th anniversary, which they did with Clinchfield number 800.
Why?
Yes, I know. I don't like that locomotive. It's just some dreary E-unit diesel electric locomotive, but I get it. Like, from what I've heard, for CSX people who are of particular interest in the Clinchfield Railroad, that locomotive is somewhat historically significant. I get it. Come on, Walton. Are you really that dumb? Oh, wait, of course. The answer is yes. You are that dumb.
Yeah.
What is his purpose in the rail fan community?
He's
being dumb and delusional.
He's to represent all foamers.
I wonder, did he ever want to restore 2101 or something like that?
No. Let's see.
Oh, here's an.
But I blocked his ass.
I think I got another fake restoration here. A couple of people wanting to restore Lion.
Questionable at best. The less likely time goes on.
Yeah, and well, it's not just Lion that's going through this sort of thing. It's also the original. Say it with me.
Rocket.
Yep.
Stevenson's Rocket.
The original Rocket. What?
Christ alive.
Look, for the people who are wondering why
Let
the original
thing rest.
for the people wondering about the original Rocket, it was worn into the ground. Not only that, but 15-year boiler inspections didn't exist back in the day. And so most likely the boiler would be basically beyond repair. So the best thing that we could possibly do is have replicas. So yes, the original is still there, and we're happy to have it, but it's not running again because it's too historically significant, it's too worn into the ground, it's too fragile at this point, and there's too many parts that need to be repaired, and it's too valuable to be even touched. So no.
Not that they.
They made a fucking replica of Rocket in its original form. So,
Which I believe.
Got the replica running.
Yes, we got the replica running.
Oh, we don't just have one replica. We have 4 replicas. 4 different replicas. Isn't that crazy?
Then again, they did restore the original John Bull, but then again, that thing was actually in decent condition.
Yeah, because I mean,
at that point,
that thing I take pride in. I love the John Bull.
And then there is a replica at the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania.
And plus, the John Bull, the one that the original that operated, as Steven said, it was in better condition. And the thing is, they didn't even operate it for more than a month, and so that was a good decision. Yes, they did.
It was just about just about the same amount of time as Canadian National 47's excursion career.
40. Oh yeah, that poor thing.
No, that reminds me. There's probably some people out there that might want that probably does this in terms of like faking restorations, but
Restoring 47.
that or Canadian Pacific 2929.
Yes, the wrong Jubilee. Because I don't think a 444 is when I hear the word Jubilee. Sorry.
Poor thing.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Dan, but at one point, I was one of the people that actually wanted to restore time.
Get the cross.
But honestly, she needs at least a cosmetic refurbishment. I mean, look at her. That's just sad. That's just.
Is that how you seriously treat one of your last?
Guys,
What?
I was just looking up Daniel Walton through Facebook. Guess what I just found in a group that I haven't joined called Let's Bring Back Steam Trains?
Oh no! What is it?
A post where he says a post about some fake organization called the 5629 Trust.
Oh
No!
Hey.
No! We already have another locomotive.
What is so great about it?
Look, we already have another locomotive, and we already have so many better Pacifics than that one. Yes, we get it. It was scrapped. It was tragic.
Let her fucking rest in peace, all right?
Look,
I mean by in peace. I mean literally in pieces.
Rust in peace, more like that. I guess like a. Wasn't that like a piece?
This is more of an insult. Just let the poor Pacific just fucking rest.
Look,
all right.
the locomotive.
At best, refurbished. At best, it may take a while, but refurbish GTW 5632 and do a permanent number swap with Burlington Route 5629 if people feel like it.
Or you could just, maybe. How about you give the locomotive a cosmetic refurbishment as 5629? That would be okay.
I didn't think about a cosmetic refurbishment. That's even easier.
Exactly. And plus, then people won't have to keep complaining about a dead locomotive. We get it. It was scrapped. It was tragic. But forget it. It was the past. We can't
It was
change
the fault of the owner.
It was the owner's fault. And we can't do anything about it.
So it happened before we were even born.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. There was a fake restoration of Southern 1401.
Oh, that overrated piece of shit.
I hate him.
Yeah.
So let me see.
Anyway.
Speaking of, let me go to one of my collaborators. Let me see here. Where was it? Let me see here. I'm going to look through here. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I hate how Southern had to paint so many locomotives green because the Smithsonian wouldn't let them restore 1401. I was going to state that, but some okay, let me see here. But yeah, apparently, I was actually talking to him about, 722 and how Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, it was Eric Carl, by the way. I was talking about how, 722 is going to be restored eventually. And, he thought that, he was like, wait, Smithsonian actually wants to restore 1401? And I was like, no, I meant GSMR wants to restore 722. And he's like, oh, with a sad face. And also, let me see here. Has there been substantial work done on Pennsylvania 1361, or is it still in pieces as well?
There's actually been quite a lot of progress. If you guys
slow work on the boiler and firebox, maybe in about 9 years. Only 4 people are working on 1361. And also, he said something. You know what he said? Also, I just on December 6th, a month ago, I found out about the restoration of 1309. Why would they restore a 2662 instead of one of the more famous 2666 Allegheny locomotives like 1601?
Oh, that reminds me. there are people out there
who want
that
to
wanna
restore
restore
1601.
Get the cross.
I'll get it.
And I said,
Okay,
I thought at first he was talking about 1604, which is also at the B&O Museum. So I said,
Okay.
1604 is a bit big for WMSR's trackage, and plus I highly doubt there are very many compound articulated locomotives operating in the East. In other words, I think that 1309 is the only one. Correct me if I'm wrong. 1604 would have also been a lot more expensive. Not to mention, I plan to ride on 1309 once it's completed.
Also, I do apologize for going back to Daniel Walton, but I just found a video where I knew he was busy, sadly, producing, a pretty cool video of Nashville, Chattanooga, and St. Louis 576 shortly after arriving, I believe, at its new site where the refurbishment had started. And Walton replied something along the lines of, 2770 is going to be the 576 replacement for the parade to get underway, as it'll travel down the downtown city of Nashville to Amtrak's Nashville Station.
What?
Where the Floridian Restoration Project will pull in here for the making and focus trains.
What? I don't get it. What parade?
Something in his own fucking imagination. To which
Okay.
Joseph Kaysen, who was actually a former fireman on the Union Pacific, who fired the Challenger, awesome, he replied, Daniel Walton doing what he does best, being a troll. And then you have me chiming in reply, or being a complete idiot with no understanding of the steam locomotive preservation scene. And apparently 2 months, this was all 11 months ago, and 2 months ago, Ben Benson, he replied saying, or having a massive stroke. Well, let's just go with that one. It's official. Daniel Walton is having a massive stroke.
Or maybe
I'm gonna have a wonderful stroke.
he's severely mentally handicapped. That's probably what it is.
Yes.
I'm gonna have a wonderful seizure.
God, even Tommy is not that stupid.
Okay, this is kind of off topic from fake steam locomotive restorations, but it goes back to Canadian Pacific 5361. These people assuming the locomotive getting scrapped. But here's the funny thing.
Is there
The
sufficient...
owner of the locomotive,
yeah.
the owner of the locomotive confirmed that
Okay, I'm back.
he never had plans to scrap it.
So glad that EMD didn't make this.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But a couple of weird things are locomotives that were originally thought to be fake restorations, but actually were real. How about we talk about some of those?
Okay. Well, the first one is obviously the big boy. We all thought it'll never happen. Well, what do we know? We got 4014.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I guess it was just a case of,
luck.
waiting for the right circumstances to come together and pick the correct one.
Yeah, the funny thing is, in '93, Steve Lee said, it's too expensive, it's too heavy, blah 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 blah, and then but we can operate a Challenger, and then fucking in 2019, Ed Dickens runs the big boy to Utah and all across the UP system on a big tour thing.
Yeah,
And 85 retired.
yeah. Maybe it's things could change. Like maybe the infrastructure has been improved to handle a big boy. Like generally tracks have been upgraded, maybe with heavier rails. Curves have been straightened out a bit, so the locomotive wouldn't have as much of a tough time going through them. More money at the disposal of the steam team. Not disrespecting Steve Lee here, but a new manager that could really properly refurbish the engines and take better care of them. I'm very sorry to say that. I mean, but yeah, we get it.
But
Like, yeah.
that
I mean,
actually
maybe back then,
reminds.
running a big. Maybe back then it just wasn't in the cards to run a big boy. Just like nowadays, it's not really in the cards to run the Challenger because of its very poor mechanical shape.
That actually, speaking of the Challenger, it actually reminds me of another fake refurbishment, like a full-on
Run
fake one.
against UP3977.
Yeah, where people.
Let's immediately shoot that fake refurbishment into the ground by saying it was literally a parts donor for $39.85, particularly during its conversion to burn oil in 1990.
Oh,
Ouch.
oh my. Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
I mean, but then again, 2100 was a parts donor for 2101, and that thing ended up being completely refurbished back to working order.
In the 80s and early 2000s, infamously the latter.
Wait a second. Did 4014 ever have a parts donor?
I don't
I
think so.
don't know, but because of how I had handled things, I don't think there was really a major need for a parts donor.
So it was
I
in
mean,
just good enough
maybe
condition.
better-
Maybe it wasn't necessarily a good idea to put parts from other big boys directly onto the 4014 because, hey, even if it was somewhat rusted, the 4014 was still in the best mechanical shape, and the other ones, they could vary, but they probably wouldn't be as good as the 4014. So even if there were parts donors, what probably would have happened is that they would take parts and make castings or 3D model them in CAD or whatever
Yeah, that's
before putting them back to their respective engines.
that's basically what they did on 2926. I even saw them bringing
so that
parts.
way they can use the CAD models to mass produce a whole bunch of new parts.
I actually saw them one day bringing a part from sister locomotive 2925 over to the 2926 for a 3D scanning to make a new part. And actually, that was really cool to watch. I just wish I could have taken footage.
Guys, I'm very sorry for the drawing that I chucked into the memes channel on the Cylindercock server.
What?
Let me look.
It's basically something that was, kind of taken the wrong way by many Challenger enthusiasts towards the beginning of last year. Like, again, shitposting at its finest.
Wait, did you draw that? Who did?
I didn't draw that. But,
Wait a second. I see
Nate?
6.
Nate Hefner?
Apparently, but, at the end of the day, it does actually resemble one crucial bit of refurbishment that should have happened. Taking the frame off for maintenance on it.
I mean, one thing though is if you look in the background, you can see 614's cab.
Yeah, you can even see its smoke box door with the number plate in the foreground.
Fucking finally, I get my mic working again.
Oh, hello, Raz.
Raz,
My boy.
greetings, you dipshits.
Well, Raz.
Sorry for Rick rolling you again. The opportunity was
Wait, what?
He Rick rolled us in the server just by a text message.
Oh, that's not a real Rickroll then.
To a video or anything.
But anyway, though.
So I might as well do it again. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Oh, wait. Look, more Daniel Walton stupidity from the video of 2716 in operation during the 90s. Let's see. Where was it coming in? So let's make that Louisville, Nashville, 1992 for the third time to be the charm. Well, to be fair, he. Oh wait, that was 2 years ago, but the Masquerade to 1992 was in 2016, I believe. So
Yeah, it was 2016. 2017.
I was gonna say he might have predicted the future, but at that point, no. It's just standard Daniel Walton stupidity.
Honestly, I know this sounds a little bit foamy, but I'd like to see it run in a Southern livery again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so would I. So would I.
We would all love to. Because I was actually.
I wouldn't love to. I prefer the engine in CNO livery. I'm sorry.
That's okay though.
What are you?
That's fine.
Hey guys, look,
I got an idea to make all the farmers angry. Let's put it in Pere Marquette. I mean, technically, it wouldn't be wrong.
Well, let me put it this way, though, Stephen. I wouldn't be. I don't have anything against that big, beautiful CSX logo on the sides of the tender. And Fishco logo looks nice. I just wish that they placed it on the tender as well, just not on the side of the cab.
So basically, what you're saying is CNO 614 style on the tender.
oh, that actually reminds me. There were some people on Facebook who are speculating on.
Oh yeah, refurbishing CNO 614.
Again, yes. It's-
And then there's
good idea, but money. I think the engine is also somewhat
we've got
landlocked
to have
and not in the
money.
greatest shape, and maybe
Wait,
Ross
I know one.
doesn't give it up if he still owns the damn thing.
I know one. I know another locomotive.
What?
Union Pacific 5511.
Yep.
It would be interesting to see that young valve gear in operation, being all trippy and fucky, like dragons in the kitchen.
I love trippy valve gears. I love
Hey, what's the topic again? I kind of forgot.
The topic is
fake steam locomotive restorations.
Fake refurbishments.
like.
Did we already talk about 1309 or no?
Wait, what?
Oh,
Because
No,
that's not a
because
fake
that's
restoration.
Respectful,
No.
you uncultured swine.
I know I'm uncultured, but do you want me to hit my fucking Rickroll bind? Because I will.
Yes, I'd rather have that.
Also, Raz, I
Yes.
said that 1522 is overrated.
So it belongs on
Also,
Twitter.
it's perfect for the whole. It's perfect for this list of fake locomotive refurbishments.
Did you just also did you literally hear?
I hate you.
Keep the song on.
Also,
We're no strangers to love.
Okay,
You know the rules, and
Okay, what's-
so do I.
okay, we'll continue. Come on, let's see what's next. What are we going to talk about next?
All right.
how about 2101?
We already talked about
Yeah,
that.
we already talked about that one.
Fuck! God damn it! Okay.
I feel like 90% of the stuff
Hmm.
that people want to see restored is
Steam
mostly
locomotive
Union Pacific or
refurbishments.
Southern Pacific.
Like fakes?
Mostly
Like,
just
ones that
like
were
hoaxes, hoax restorations. Restorations that were just faked
Hoax.
altogether.
I guess like in the middle to like in a gray area. I guess we need to mention the youngest CNO Mikado, number 2789. Because maybe it might just get on cosmetic refurbishment.
Wait a
Like,
second.
No,
Did you say? Did you say CNO? Did you just say?
Kanoa, Berkshire, god damn it. Alzheimer's setting in, but like I don't know if the engine is actually getting a full rebuild to working order.
It's getting a cosmetic restoration.
Of course it is.
I already kind of thought so, but like I did already say this, with a grain of salt. Like I don't know for certain if it's going full operation or just cosmetic, but it is getting refurbished. So yeah,
What about 290?
I think that is also cosmetically getting refurbished.
Yeah, it was getting overhauled, and then in the middle of the overhaul, they NS was like, no, fuck you, we're
What I remember
You just
from
have your rail yard.
Kovacs video, he said like the engine is getting a cosmetic refurbishment, but having the engine rebuilt and restored to operational condition is is considered if the main line, if conditions for running on the main line are right. So,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah, that is.
NS basically taken over the role of CSX as not liking steam engines on their trackage anymore. Like, I'm asking this.
Well,
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that.
I mean, it is CSX, but then again, they've recently have been.
Elijah is typing some shtick in here.
but then again,
He's a stupid guy, isn't he?
CSX
CSX is good now. Changed my mind.
CSX is starting to warm up to their steam program, and 3751 is not my favorite steam locomotive. Anyway,
Let's see. He asked me what my opinion is on Spokane, Portland, and Seattle 700. It's in the northwest of the United States. I don't really focus on that corner of the states. So, to put it very bluntly, don't care, mate.
don't care, mate.
Hmm.
Watching Super Mario Logan, Dan's favorite 2816.
Hey. Has anyone considered restoring that Northern Pacific Prairie that's at the same museum as Two Line 2719?
Oh, that actually reminds me.
Absolutely not.
That reminds me. A little bit of behind the scenes things. So before I went up to George R. R. Martin about 769, they actually were thinking about. You guys are gonna laugh at this, but they were thinking about restoring 1129.
1129.
Which is
I'm sorry. That was genuinely an accident.
Look up.
the prairie type from the Santa Fe. I believe,
Yeah, look
right?
up Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 1129, and you will see that thing is in horrible condition.
What about? Okay, did anyone here mention Madam Queen yet, or no?
Oh, that one's actually
Yeah, Santa Fe 5000.
yeah, the one that's getting quote unquote restored, even though most likely.
Yeah, it basically got, and then they kind of lost funds, and they just said,
Oh my God,
okay,
man.
cosmetic refurbishment will do. However, it is.
That Santa Fe Prairie has red rods.
Yeah, they did not
Is it
cosmetic.
for me to say that it looks slightly
Look at Jim. Look at the domes.
Tell me something.
The domes are so withered.
Oh no! That's not going well. Like that first dome is cut open.
I know. I
Not
told
very
you.
cash money.
I know.
Is that the sand dome?
Yep.
If it's the sand dome, that's at least not too bad.
Well, let me see actually.
You know, you have a fucking problem.
But let me look again, actually, because when I went to go visit 1129 after my vacation after seeing 4005,
Yeah, I see some tubing going down from it, so that definitely looks like a sand dome.
but you can probably see the very bad damage. And I also got to take a look inside the locomotive a little bit from an angle. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. The locomotive is too far gone. It's really sad. It's just really
also-
sad.
Also, I know.
Would you gentlemen like to suffer more Daniel Walton stupidity?
Sure, why
Sure,
not?
what-
Way.
Let's see. This video is on. This comment is on the 2716's. These comments are actually on the video of 2716's brief cosmetic masquerade as the fictional Louisville and Nashville Big M on 1992. Let's see. The song about introducing Louisville and Nashville number 1992 is called Beethoven's Symphony number 5. Heard in more toy trains, big trains, and PM 1225 is now RF&P 581.
What the fuck?
My
3 years ago. Then 4 months ago, and 676 became 2813, replaced by 758 as the. Oh my God! Oh God! God damn it, gentlemen! It gets worse. It gets so much worse. Oh no! I'm not gonna read this all out loud, but I'm gonna fucking stream this because this is fascinatingly stupid.
Hold on, let me.
Fascinatingly stupid.
Share my screen. Here we go. I am streaming.
So like, it's so stupid that it's like
oh
beyond.
my God! He has had a fucking field day.
Oh no. So the
no.
fact is, also, he said something about Symphony Number 5. I Love Toy Trains. That's obvious that he's a man child, if he is even a man.
Please spare me from this, sir.
He does this annoying thing where each and every word starts with a capital letter. Oh, mostly, but
No, that stop.
I hate when people do that. Wind blows. Wow, those tapes in the series got a lot of air in there. What?
Hey.
Chicago and Northwestern 2813. What the fuck is that engine? What's CNW 2813?
probably an old, I believe an old Northern class engine that isn't preserved. You know, one of the big Chungus ones with the high Mars light and the centered headlight.
Speaking of big Chungus, look what I found.
Let's see. What did we find? USA locomotives.
Fat Boy.
20.
Oh, another
42.
Oh, another Fat Connie.
That is
I
odd.
believe it also shares its. I believe it shares its road number with an Illinois Central Mountain type.
That is a thick boy. That is a thick boy. All right.
I was thinking, in fact, that they actually bought it up with goddamn handrails, like diesel-style guardrails, like protective fence.
I don't like the.
I do.
Okay,
That's the park's fault. That's the park's fault, not the locomotive.
okay. I do not like the. Okay, yeah, the park did that, but fucking look at the fucking counterweights. I do not like how they colored the counterweights white.
Oh.
Let's see. Wait a tickle. I gotta look.
The counterweights are painted white.
2542. Let's see. It does that one thing. Look at it from the side. It's not Photoshop. This is real.
I know. This is disgusting.
Look at that laying in there. What's that kid doing? He's getting inside the frame of the engine.
That's huge.
Wait, what?
So it's buried. It's like its wheels are buried. That's another engine that will never operate again. I can tell you that.
Hey, you know what's another engine that will never operate again?
It wasn't buried by a foot like
769.
I'm very sorry there, Andrew. And there are children climbing into the frame, and there's a little girl in the cab. Just about.
Guys. Do you guys want to see the worst looking steam locomotive ever?
Wait a second. This is a Santa Fe locomotive? Oh my god.
Introducing CNW 1015.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, what
Yes, IRM. Is that where it is?
I don't know where it is.
1015.
It's missing a roof, and there's plants growing out of the thing.
That is so sad.
It's coming out of the crown sheet.
Wait, what?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, surprisingly, it still has its whistle.
Oh, wait. I found another picture.
It's a miracle it has its whistle still.
Guys, I found another picture of 2542 where it's all black, and sadly it does just say AT&SF on the side of the cab.
Oh, honestly,
Sad.
somebody get 2542 out of there. It is suffering.
And what's also suffering?
Can I have it? And paint the engine number on the sides of the cab, please. I want to piss off Santa Fe purists.
Hey. No. Give it to me. Give it to me, because I will do the unholy thing and paint that thing in Western Maryland Fireball liveries.
No.
No. I will not.
Well, I mean, some people have done worse things, like what Jim did earlier to an H-1B.
Do not say anything, Raz.
Okay.
I haven't done anything wrong to the H-1B. Like, yes, Dan knows about the recessed preheater, but he respects the choice because I made a version with the preheater sitting on top of the boiler barrel. That's all well and good. So you don't need to be alarmed.
Were we here to talk about engine like 2811, or were we here to talk about?
I made it a G-mod.
But that's really. Oh, we have one more that was almost actually a reality.
There you go, more Rick rolling.
Dum, bum, da, dum, I'm in pain.
Grant, do you mind if I mention 6325 before Jacobson restored it?
Yes.
Because, okay. Also, not gonna lie, when I saw that picture of that ATSF Prairie with the hole in the side of the dome, I could just imagine a hobo tucked up under there, getting sheltered from the rain.
That actually reminds me, guys.
It's a fucking viewport.
Guys, when
It's like, oh, that ATSF Prairie is now a fucking submarine.
When I went to C1129, I actually found a couple of cats inside the locomotive. One inside the firebox, one underneath the frame, and one in the dome.
Holy cack.
Holy cat. But yeah. But I do have one more.
Okay. And another Daniel Walton comment just for the hell of it.
Oh no.
Well, I guess it's now time for CNO 2716 to take part in the Louisville and Nashville Steam Heritage Program in 2018 as the LNN 1992. Huh? I have to make him sound more stupid than he is. I mean, just as stupid.
LNN is a fallen flag.
Yeah, so the engine can't participate in the Steam program.
And did the
LNN
LNN
Steam program after the end of Steam? Nor does the LNN even exist anymore, you blithering idiots.
And did the LNN ever have a fucking Steam program at all?
I don't think they had.
How dumb is this guy?
Very. It's legendary tier dumb. Like, I'm gonna be so blunt to the point where
It's so dumb that it's beyond human.
He should be bisected and studied.
I'm pretty sure that he is so dumb.
Stupidity to be off the charts.
He is so dumb that it's not even human.
A rock has more intelligence than he does.
And rocks don't have brains.
Rocks are not even alive.
But yeah. But I have one more locomotive that I'd like to talk about, and then I'd like to make some announcements for this year of Overpowered Steam Productions.
What?
So the last fake restoration was apparently, well, you guys have heard about this. Plans for 759.
Nickel
Wait.
plate 59 at Steamtown.
No, not 759. I meant 5750. I mean 3759. Whoops.
Oh, Santa Fe 3759. Again, I'm gonna say seems a bit pointless when you have two other Santa Fe Northerns that are,
But wait, keep in mind.
process of being refurbished at least.
Keep in mind that back when this happened, this was before 3751 was operational. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember when they wanted to make a deal with the park to trade Lake Superior Ishpeming 19 to the park for 3759 to run on the.
Okay, yeah, then I can actually kind of understand it. Like, I believe, the 3759 had more historical significance due to the fact that it was used for
the
a farewell to steam excursion on the Santa Fe.
And it was also in pretty good condition for sitting in the park for a while. But
At least give it a cosmetic refurbishment.
Please,
Yeah.
please do that. Please, if anyone from the railroad industry is watching, or if anyone lives near the 5759, 3759.
3759.
Thanks. Can I
For
English?
irritating us all, Jimmy boy.
Anyway, can someone help this poor bastard? Please.
Let's see. Try to think of any fake British refurbishments just for the hell of it, just to name one. Oh wait, easy one. Mallard. Lol.
Yeah, because people, yes, it did run excursion service for a while, but she
Yeah.
needs to rest, and she's too historically significant now. She's
Yeah,
the
like,
world's.
There are people out there who also say that her boiler is partially filled with concrete.
What?
I don't
What?
know. I don't know why, but yeah. But yeah, also, I mean, besides, you also have two other A4s, because Union of South Africa is going to be retired very soon.
Mm.
Because John Cameron is retiring from the rail business, and he's going to have his two engines locked up in a museum dedicated to his legacy, with no hopes of steaming the engines for as long as he lives and sometime after he's dead, whatever.
Now,
Like 20 to 30 years from now, who knows? Maybe Union of South Africa will be back.
maybe.
39.85 terms, 20 to 30 years from now. No.
But now that we have had basically some of those, I now would like to give my announcements for 2021 for future things to come for the channel. Not only will we be doing one episode of Burning Subjects, well, we're going to be changing the schedule up a bit. So 1 week, we're going to have an episode of Burning Subjects where we're live. And then we're going to have an episode of a new show that is going to be basically us on Gary's Mod testing very accurate steam locomotives, kind of like Top Gear. So this show is going to be called Steam Force. We're going to be testing locomotives to their full... Okay, we're going to be testing... I know, but we're going to be
He
testing...
says when I'm making a Santa Fe engine with the engine number on the side of the cab.
But yeah, we're going to be testing these locomotives, basically kind of like Top Gear style. We're going to be testing them to the limits. We're going to be testing how good they were at their jobs. We're going to be testing their cost efficiency. And we're also going to be doing our own thing with locomotives, like challenges. Like, we've been tasked to design a locomotive to go around a certain area that has a certain amount of horsepower or something. So basically, we're going to be doing Top Gear style stuff on Gmod with steam locomotives.
We don't do races around a test track because fear of derailments.
Actually, we are going to have to be doing that.
Okay, you're paying for all the refurbishments.
Oh yeah.
But not only are we going to be having a series called Steam Force, but once every 2 months, I'm going to be releasing a music video. And this is part of a series that I like to call Livin' on a Railroad, where each of these songs will be a tribute to either a fallen locomotive or a locomotive that's coming back onto the high iron very soon. So these songs are, each one individually is themed after either one locomotive or an entire class. So the first locomotive that's going to, I'm still live, the first locomotive that's going to be for this series of, stop splashing water! As I was saying, the first locomotive that we're going to have for this series of Living on a Railroad will be none other than the fallen Connie 734.
Sorry.
But the song that 734 will be attributed to will be called The Mountain by 3 Days Grace. And you can probably guess why this song will be fitting for this very bulky Connie.
Mountain Thunder.
Mountain Thunder, and the fact that the story of 734 is rather thrilling, because 734, the only way that the locomotive could continue running was that was if it proved that it was reliable. And that's what this song
I actually have to rejoin on my mobile phone. Give me a second.
and that's what this song is about. This song is climbing your way to the top to prove who you are. And that's what 734 did. And that's what the song is about. And that's why 734's theme will be The Mountain by 30 Days Grace. Expect to see the music video somewhere coming out between this month or February. And keep in mind, it's going to have a lot of, scenes of the locomotive climbing the mountain. And then at the very end, it's going to see what she looks like currently. But keep in mind, there's also a public playlist on my YouTube channel called Living on a Railroad, which will basically tell you guys all the songs in order in which we're going to be doing. So for the next one, I mean, as I said, the first one is 734, The Mountain. The second one is, well, if you look there yourself, you'll see what the song is and what locomotive it's themed. But anyway, we will see you guys in the next video, which hopefully maybe will be an episode of Steam Force. But if it isn't, it'll be another episode of Burning Subjects. But either way, we will see you guys next time.
Okay.